Hello, hello, my beautiful tribe. Thank you so much for having your lunch with us. Today, I'm going to be having something a little bit lighter. I'm going to be drinking my beet juice, and it has apples and it also has ginger in it. So that's what I'll be having as well during this lunch break that you guys are sharing with us. I am a full spectrum doula and I am certified. I specialize in all things womb and vagina, and that is including fertility, menstruation, labor, anything that has to do with the womb and the vagina. And I am also a mindfulness coach, and I specialize in helping women heal through femininity and shadow work. I want to thank my special guest today who is joining us in Dating as a Spiritual Woman series. So I'm going to give you the floor right now so that you can introduce yourself. And if you are having lunch with us, please let us know what you're having.
Oh, okay. Thank you for having me. My name is Laquana. I am here today to introduce you to, I do body contouring as well as I am a certified yoga instructor. So, my perspective today will be definitely on a spiritual level. I will be joining you guys for lunch. I have some low vibrational food today. So I have a little bit of a turkey slider going down. I also have some seafood rice and some chicken wings. So yesterday I attended an event and it was low vibrational. So I enjoyed the low vibrational vibes.
Okay, but it's levels to it. So what I would say is that you're not on the lowest of the vibrations because you could have had some pork on that plate. It could have
No,
been all the things.
it was right here
It
and I
was
could have been to the
medium
floor.
low.
So yeah, it was medium size vibrations.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay, so we appreciate your honesty.
Yes.
We appreciate your honesty, and we
Thank
definitely
you.
appreciate you having lunch with us because whether you're eating pork or not, we appreciate you being part of the conversation with us. And we do look forward to learning and growing with you through this conversation as well. So, thank you again for joining us. So, I want to welcome everybody that's listening, whether you are on your spiritual journey or not. I want to thank you for being a part of this conversation. And we do bring in the comments as a part of the conversation as well. So feel free to hop on. As you may or may not know, Laquana, we are on Facebook and we are on YouTube Live right now. So you can follow
Okay,
me.
hello, YouTubers.
Yes. So you can follow me at Wanaki Halima. You can see it right here on all social platforms, and that's including TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, as well as Facebook, and soon come Discord and Patreon. If somebody's interested in following you and finding you, how can they find you?
There's several ways of finding me. Because I am starting my journey with the mantra yoga, I definitely want you guys to follow me at Mantra Yoga with Queen, and that's on IG. You'll definitely see more of me. I will be introducing you to a lot of mantras, getting to know how you can focus on yourself and do your self care regularly. So, at Mantra Yoga with Queen on IG is the best way to follow me for now. And then, as long as you follow me, you'll see all the different avenues that I can assist you as well.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So now that we got everything out, let's get to the real reason why we're here. Let's get to the real reason why we're having lunch together. So I hope your lunch is warm. I hope everybody has salad or dressing on that salad or whatever you got to do so you can be comfortable and be a part of this conversation. So, dating as a spiritual woman. You are one of my very good friends in real life, so you have been there to see some of my dating. And one of the things that I notice as the more healed I get, um the type of men that I attract change as well.
Okay.
And I say that because at one point I realized, which I was so grateful and thankful for, I was um attracting more and more businessmen, men who own their own business. They weren't just the CEOs, they were the owner, you know, and it would be like they had so much free time to do certain things because they were the owner. And that being said, I was, of course, I was happy about that because I'm an entrepreneur. Um, and it's important for me to be with somebody that either has a trade or is an entrepreneur because of the freedom that comes with that. So you naturally lead your life differently, which means that you also have different responsibilities. And you know, the differences can go on and on and on about the difference between dating somebody who has a 9 to 5 in regards to dating somebody who is an entrepreneur. But I did notice that once I started feeding more of my energy into my businesses, that I was attracting more men who own their businesses. So once I started realizing that, I was like, okay, I need to work more on myself spiritually because I want to start attracting more men that were on the same path and journey that I am on spiritually.
It's so funny you say that.
Why is it? Come on, let's laugh together then. You could interject.
No, because I was going to interject. But listen, just last night, no, this morning, Reginae Carter. Reginae Carter, you know Reginae Carter. That's Lil Wayne's daughter.
Yes.
Okay. So Reginae, she was on like, I guess, a radio show.
Okay.
And I don't know what the topic was, but the clip that I got was definitely on that level. Reginae Carter. How old is Reginae? Do you know?
I
Anyway,
don't
she's
know,
in her
but
20s, right?
I'm
She's
gonna
young.
look it up while you have the conversation. I'll look it up.
So Reginae
She is a
Carter,
baby.
whatever. Yeah, she's a baby, but it's always based on your connections. She's connected spiritually, and I'm not sure if she's aware or not, but the magnitude of the message that she said or the reply to the question was so deep. And for me, I was like, okay, Nate. Like I knew her. Like that was my little sis. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what the question was, but basically her response was, you have to date someone that's on your level. And she went on to say, not financially. She said mentally. Because mentally, if we're on the same level and we think on the same capacity, there's reciprocity there. And she used the word reciprocity. So I'm like, okay, Nate. I'm like, okay, Nate, you know. And there's always truth to who you date, how you date, who you're looking for or not looking for. But she went on to say that because she is one who likes to spoil, that you have to date someone that's equally yoked in that area, because if I'm going to spoil you, then you have to think and be like-minded on that level to spoil me spiritually, to spoil me financially, to spoil me on every level while we're in this relationship. And to hear that come from someone that's so young, and I haven't taken the time to actually look at, because I know they have a series. The guy that she's dating, I'm not sure of his name. What's his name? Do you know his name? He's so handsome, and he looks so handsome, and he's kind. He is so kind.
I have seen her with him.
I haven't taken the time to look into their show, but I'm definitely going to do so. And I know some things are scripted and some things are not, but she gave me the vibes of
Armand.
I'm aware. Armand, yes, Armand. She gave me the vibes of I'm young. I'm finding who I am, and I know there's significance in dating on a certain particular level. So once you're aware, then you're able to put that out in the universe and receive it back. And I was just thrilled. Like I was like, Nay, you coming through with the okay. Nay came through. So it's so funny that you say that. So I'm gonna share that. I'm gonna send it to you. Did you find it?
I found something. I'm not sure that that's what it is. So I don't want to play it until I find it. What show did you say she was on?
I don't know. It seems like she was doing like a radio interview, maybe. I think
Okay,
it was like a radio, and you know they do the recordings now, so you have the audio and the visual. I think
right.
That's what it was.
Right. So the thing is I've heard her say something similar.
Mhm.
So um I may have found it. I'm not sure. I don't want to click on it and then it's something completely different. You know what I
I'll
mean?
send it to you. I'll send it to you. I'll let you know when I sent it because you know me. When I find
Yeah, I
things,
mean, because then we
sometimes
can
I
pick it
save
back.
it, I don't. Sometimes I don't.
But if and when you do find it, we can pick it back up and go because that's a whole nother conversation because it's so true. And that's a whole nother conversation because that reflects this whole thing of people saying 50-50. You gotta be 50-50 in a relationship. And it also reflects
Mhm.
the man being the leader as well. So that could be a really good conversation. And so many other topics can come out of that as well. Um but I 100% agree with that because you can be on the same page with somebody financially and how you accrue those finances. Um but do you guys have the same goals? Do you guys have the same lifestyles? You know, do you have the same or similar thoughts on religion and spirituality? How do you feel about your family? What is your role in your family? Like all these things are important when you are looking for somebody to be your companion, to be your boyfriend, to be whoever you want to spend the bulk of your time with. Um and I found that once I started becoming deeper and deeper into my spirituality, I started attracting those men that were on a similar path as me. Um, and at first, I just started attracting a lot of men that were Moors and were practicing Ifa. And then I started attracting more Hebrew Israelites and more men that had a even more aligned spiritual path as mine. And I mention those communities because I tend to find that along my journey, what's more aligned with what I'm looking for and how I want to build my family is along the lines of those communities. Um, so, what are your thoughts? Because I don't want to ramble, and I know that you have so much fruit for us. So, you have so much seeds to plant.
Well, you know me. Like it's always levels. So like specifically,
The question you want this. First of all, why you can't just answer the question? Okay, more
you know me.
specifically,
Okay, you know me. I'll take it. Come on now. So I
and
have to
you
be
supposed
correct.
to. It's no, it's
That's what I'm
okay.
trying to say.
Okay, you could do that. Okay, so then let's put them in because we can't just be vibing and people not know what we're talking about. Okay, so I get that you don't want to go off on a tangent or answer the question not the way that I'm asking it. So, what my question is, what is your thoughts in regards to your experience not on your spiritual journey? Is the type of men that you're attracting different than the type of men that you used to attract? And just overall, what are your thoughts about some of the things that I was mentioning? Because I also talked about, dating somebody that is an entrepreneur and how once I started fueling whatever I was putting my energy towards, I started noticing I was getting back.
I don't, for me and my experiences, I'm not sure if I've experienced that as of yet. So for me, I think that,
Oh,
yeah, I think for me personally, like I still attract the needy because I'm so giving.
okay. And that's,
So
thank you for saying
spirit,
that. I want to hear it. Just say, I'm a mute.
yeah, yes, because spiritually, when you're aware of your capabilities, your connections to like the world, yourself, and those around you, I think the men that I attract specifically are needy, and they're needy because I have that gift of giving and not initially wanting in return. That doesn't mean that I don't need in return, but generally I attract the needy ones because they're always in need. And that can be like childhood trauma. That can be because they haven't had their mother, or it could also mean their mother, their mama's voice. It can go either way. Um, Either way, I think that my experiences are still the same currently. I don't serial date, and if I'm connected to one person, I solely focus on one person. So, and my history is kind of short. I'm like a whole auntie grandma in real life, and you know that. But it's like I'm not a serial dater, so it's like I build or I grow with someone for a long time. So, like currently, the person that my companion now, we've been companioning for like almost 3 years now. And it's like, it's a process. You have to love, 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 and grow, 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 grow with these people. So for me, I don't enter into relationships just because it's I have a companionship with you. I don't believe in that. I'm really old school when it comes to dating. And for me, I think that you have to get to know people, and everybody like, oh, you can't really get to know someone, these people that have been married. I thought I knew him because, and it's not that deep. It's just allowing yourself time to understand how they, excuse me, I'm sorry, allowing yourself some time to understand how they operate in different situations, different scenarios, finding out whether or not they know themselves enough spiritually, if they're connected spiritually. So those are the things that I focus on when I'm building a companionship or a relationship with someone. I look for different things. Sometimes in society now, it's like, who got the baddest car? And it's like, you can have the baddest car and be the most broken, disgusting individual. So you have to know what you want when you're dating, to know and understand what you're looking for. And even if you're not looking for anyone, it could be like, focus on the things that matter. And for me, that's what matters. If you're looking for a car, you can go get your own car, but let's dig deeper. Let's look deeper. Let's see what's under those masks, because, everybody masked up. They're masked up all day, every day. Oh, you had to come off mute.
Because that's the whole special conversation. Because people are literally masked up, and they masked up. When they take off the mask, they still be having a mask. Halloween never ends. People keep on a costume.
No, that's pure fact. So for me, when it comes to dating spiritually, I mean, you have to know what you're looking for. And if you're considered spiritual, the direction of dating and the avenue of dating and the experience and the journey is always going to be different. So I don't characterize myself, or I don't always say that I'm in a relationship. I say it's companionship, because although you may or may not be doing things that people in relationship or marriages do, the journey is different. And for me, that's something that you also have to introduce to your mate, or your companion, because they may be a serial dater. They may have been in the past, so that may be something new. So when it comes to being spiritual, I feel like you can also help your companion, your mate, enter into their journey of spirituality, or maybe pick up where they left off. Because sometimes I feel like men in general, well, women too, I feel like men in general that know themselves are the ones that really focus on spirituality and those particular things. You know what I'm saying? And when I say know themselves, then that's a whole other topic. A whole other time, and
Yes.
but
yes.
I find that, and those are the ones that take the time for themselves. Those are the ones that work out fluidly. Those are the ones that set goals. It's levels to it. So Dating, and being spiritual. That's just, I love it because I stay focused. Like, I focus on the love because initially that's what we're here for, but you have to be focused on the path too because you can get lost in the sauce. You can get lost in the sauce.
You can most definitely get lost, and who you are choosing to spend the bulk of your time with reflects who you're evolving into, and not just who you're evolving into, but they also help you create your habits, which puts you in a cycle. So that allows you to be able to either be in a cycle of positivity or you end up in a cycle of negativity, and that can put you in a downward spiral. A lot of women end up losing themselves in those relationships, and then they walk out of it and they're like, I didn't even like him. I wasn't even attracted to him. And whole time you dedicated yourself in the cycle of being with him, because even when you leave that person in the relationship, you still carry on some of their habits, and at minimum you carry on their energy because of the intimacy that you guys shared. So you're allowing whatever his demons are, whatever, insecurities that he carries, to be put inside of you, because we are receivers. So we receive that not just on a physical level, but then it ends up um, emitting into your spirituality and how you feel about yourself. Because if he doesn't love himself, he's going to do things that people don't do um, when they love themselves. He's going to allow himself to just keep ejaculating into all these different types of women, and that is a whole spiritual process. So now he starts taking on those women's energy, and then he brings it back to you, and now you not only have those insecurities, because women know and they can feel when their man is being intimate with another person. We can feel that, and whether we know what that feeling is or not, we'll start feeling like insecure about things. We'll start wondering. Now we're starting to do research. Now we FBI agents. Now we got our friends in on. And it just puts us in this cycle, because even when your friends are able to step away, because they're only dedicated as long as they see you're dedicated, right? So as soon as those people are like, come on, girl, we ain't doing this. I ain't doing this every Saturday. Come on now. Come on now. You still be stuck in it, like, fine, but that's okay because you get so dedicated. So it's like you end up in these circles, and they go, it's kind of like when you see that hypnotizing circle. And I think that's where that emblem comes from, because you end up in all these circles, and the next thing you know, you're so deep in the circle that as much time as you put into it, that's how much time you're gonna have to dedicate to get out of it. So that being said, I bring all of that up because I realized that as I started like unraveling out of this unhealed woman into a healed woman and be coming into a full circle, that the men that I was attracting were becoming more and more spiritual. And it was almost as if what I dedicated my energy to is exactly what I was getting back. And it was with everything, because I started allowing myself to be more open and serving the community with my I don't want to say talents, but with the skills that I have and the skills that I've acquired as well, if that's how you say it. um,
That's
but
it.
Oh, appreciate that. But that being said, I have found that to be a reflection of like the friends that I was attracting, because when I finally started being more and more open, just this is who I am, this is how I'm living. I even met you,
Let me
you
tell
know?
you, I'm gonna go back to what you were saying when you said when you're a spiritual woman, you know what every woman feels when their mate or male is stepping out on them.
Ooh, you're taking us there. Okay, let's go. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, guys, it was getting good, and then them people tried us. Are you there? Okay, I was just telling them it was getting good, and then them people was trying us.
So, from a spiritual woman's perspective, and I'm gonna tell you this because that's one of the times that I realized my growth as a spiritual being, as a spiritual woman. And that was a time I was intimate with a partner. And the vibes be good, the energy be flowing, and after the fact, I was you remember how you said it's kind of like that trance?
Yeah.
Remember how you said that? Okay, that's how I felt. And it wasn't until after everything transpired, I was able to shower. And when you shower, that's when you have your most vulnerable moments with yourself, with God, with the creator, with the ancestor. That's almost always usually when you have those intimate moments. And I had that intimate moment with myself after the fact. And the different thoughts, the different emotions, and everything collectively that brought me to a place of disgust, it came to my spirit. And you know how they say, oh, I got chills. It was something like chills within that trance that I was in, because I was like, hold up, why I feel like this? Why do I feel disgusted if I'm sharing myself with someone I care about, I love? Why do I feel like I need to stay in the shower longer? I need to meditate in this moment. Why do I feel this way? And it was then when I realized that this person is doing things outside of our connection, and they're interrupting our connection. And that trance and that static electricity that he brought from wherever he got it from was a part of me now. And because it was a part of me now, I had to do certain things to separate myself from it. Because when you're spiritual, if the answer is no, the answer is no. Your chest gonna tell you, your heart gonna tell, everything gonna tell you. And you're gonna know that something is not right. So I had to tap into that, because it was then when I had an intimate moment with someone that I cared about and I shared, I realized my growth as a spiritual woman, that you have to cut those ties sexually, because in that moment it feels good. But if that person is not committed to you, you're going to take on those energies. You're going to start to feel all those ways, and you have to find a way out of it. And the best way I found out is to cut those ties. You have to cut those ties. It could be all good, all it want to. It could be all good, but no thank you. It's a no thank you for me.
And it do be feeling good. It be feeling good. It be a good look. It be all of the things, because we have to have those tests. Like what happens is, just like when you are in school and you take quizzes and then you get the test and then you get the exam. And then towards the end of that semester, you find out whether you're going to be able to even get to the next grade and
Right.
or that next class. And when something is not meant to be, it will not be. And your higher power, your higher self, the ancestors, the universe, all of that energy will conspire together, because your journey, your path, and what you're meant to do is waiting on you. So things will interrupt, things outside of you will interrupt. And sometimes we wonder why, like, why is all these things keep happening to me? Why is this bad thing? Because you are being guided to do something else. So instead of trusting and having faith in yourself and in your journey, you decide to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Sometimes obstacles are there to guide you. So I really appreciate when you were saying that when the answer is no, the answer is no, because we have to have enough faith and understanding and self awareness to know through discernment, okay, I got to walk away. Okay, this is not good. This is not leading me to where I want to go. I want to hear what you want to say, because I have something else to say, because you said something else that I felt like was extremely important. Um, so I just want to say it while people may still have it fresh on their minds as well. You were mentioning that you have those real moments with yourself when you're in the shower. And I want people to understand what that actually is, because water is spiritual. Water is extremely spiritual. We are 98% water. The earth is about that much water as well. We are so much more water than we are land, which means that we are all connected. We literally, the bulk of who we are is exactly what the bulk of our universe is. So that means that we are made of the universe. We carry that God energy. So that being said, when we interact with water, when we're drinking water, it's still a reflection of that spirituality. I mean, even if you are religious, there's some type of baptism, there's some type of blessing that you do throughout your spiritual journey in religion. And it's the same thing when you're tapping into spirituality through yourself and allowing your spirit to teach you what you need through your journey. It's the same exact thing. So when you are swimming, when you are at the beach, anytime that you are interacting with water, you can easier receive downloads and messages from your higher self, from your higher power, from God, from the universe, whatever you believe is out there watching you, it can directly connect with you. So when you take the time to give yourself a shower and when you oil your body, that anointing, when you are anointing yourself, you're putting yourself through a spiritual cleansing. So it is important for when you're in your shower time and you're cleansing and bathing yourself to really listen to your body, listen to what messages you're having, listen to what's coming to mind, because that is going to be helping you along your journey. And then take the time to anoint your body by oiling, moisturizing yourself. You're anointing your body when you do that. And a lot of people don't realize that you're anointing yourself. That's why they come with the holy water and the holy oil, because it's all spiritual. And when you're putting that on your body, you're spiritually connecting and cleansing yourself. So allow yourself to have that moment, that self care, that self love, and really manifest and do it with intent. So I did not want anybody to overlook what you were really teaching us in that moment. So I want to hear what your closing remarks are, because we're getting closer to the end of the time, and I would love to do this again with you. So if you can give us your closing remarks, including any advice you would give anybody that is listening to us right now, and then I'll give my closing remarks as well.
My closing remarks are very, very simple. Love yourself first. Once you invest that energy, that time in loving yourself, it'll be so easy for your discernment to set in. And when you make contact or you interact with someone that you're interested in, you will have no problems with saying, hey, we can try this, or nay, that ain't what it is. And it's very simple. It's very simple. The heart wants what it wants, but your spirit wants what it wants too. And that will be my closing remarks. And I want to let you guys know that at Mantra Yoga with Queen will be starting in January. So I'm super excited. I'm so excited. So I want you guys to be a part of that. So make sure you go follow me on IG at Mantra Yoga with Queen. I promise you, you will enjoy the journey. I will give you mantras. I will teach you tips and tricks on breath work and, holding yourself accountable when it's time to make time for you. So join me on IG very, very soon, and go follow me now at Mantra Yoga with Queen.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to type it and I wanted to put it up here so that if people did I put it right?
That's right.
Okay, so it is on the screen if you want to take time to follow her. I know personally that she's going to be really helping a lot of people, and you want to be a part of that journey with her. And I will definitely be there. So if you guys want to come hang out with me, I'm definitely going to be a part of that as well. Um, but back to the topic, um, you said so many things that a lot of women needed to hear.
Mhm.
And I'm so thankful that you made the points that you did make, because as you heal, you start to realize other things that you need to heal. Um, so as women are going on this journey, please reach out to somebody because you don't have to do it alone. And myself as a mindfulness coach and a full spectrum doula, and at Mantra Yoga, we're two different people, but we may be able to help you in many different ways. So if you connect with either one of us, do not be fearful of reaching out. Take the time to reach out because we are here to help you. We are here to help serve. So definitely reach out if you connected with either one of us. Um, so I say that to say because Laquana definitely, whether she realized it or not, she has helped me along my spiritual journey. And specifically, she has helped me along my dating journey as well, because it's important to have those conversations with other women that are on a similar path as you and have similar beliefs as you, because then you can hold each other accountable. Being self aware and practicing discernment is something that is not pushed in the media. So you'll see all these things on Love and Hip Hop, all these things on Housewives of Atlanta, and you'll be like, okay, this is how I'm supposed to interact with my man. Do not allow yourself to live your life based upon um what other people are doing in their journey, but allow yourself to learn from their lessons, because where you stand um could be further on in your journey if you were to learn the lessons of the other women that are going on a similar path as you. We do not have to start all the way from the back of the line. And I think many women that look like us feel like, I got to do it my way and see what's going on. Calm down. You saw what happened to her when she did that. So why don't you not do it that way? And if you see that there is somebody that's doing things the way that you desire, instead of being jealous, being envious, being green about it, just observe. It's okay to just observe. It's even okay to have conversations with people so that you can learn and grow. Because along this journey, one of the greatest things that you can do for yourself is allow yourself to learn so that you can grow. So, one of the things that helped me throughout my dating journey, which I'm very happy with the person that I'm with, and I had to kiss a couple of frogs and I had to be in the pond a little bit, but now I'm out the pond and I'm
That
very,
was fun.
okay, out the pond. I am very thankful that I am out the pond, because one of the things that I did was I was I allowed myself to walk away. If somebody wasn't giving me what I was looking for, I walked away. And the quicker that I practiced that discernment and said, this is not for me, the quicker that I started getting to what seemed more for me. And now I'm here, like, I love it here. I don't ever want it to end. I can't wait to keep doing this over and over and over again. And that's because I practiced that discernment. And that's because I was being self aware. And that's because I was able to say, this is not for me. And I'm comfortable with that. And I'm ready to see what is for me. So do not stop on your journey. Um, Allow other women to be a part of your journey. We are a tribe, and allow yourself to receive lessons from other people. Just listening doesn't hurt. You don't have to do, but it's okay for you to listen and then practice that discernment to see what works for you. And allow yourself to receive advice from men as well. That doesn't mean that you have to take it, but men see things differently than you. And if you don't like the advice of any of the people you're around, you are a reflection of the people that you are around. So put yourself around different people. So, my beautiful tribe, thank you so much for being a part of this. Please follow Laquana at Mantra Yoga with Queen, and keep an eye out. Make sure that you put your first of all, you should be subscribed. So make sure that you subscribe, and you want to make sure that you also hit that alert button, the bell, so that you can have the alerts when more things like this happen, because I will definitely be inviting Laquana back for more of these.
Definitely be back.
Okay. Well, tribe, I hope that you enjoyed your lunch with us, and we are going to head out. Peace to the gods.